Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at BNB. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down below in the comment section. Okay, so there was a few things that we were looking at prior to this video, and we're looking at the potential of extending down from here as a 1-2 and then looking to break to the downside. However, we've actually moved up higher than this high point here, so that's invalidated those potentials. So now what we seem to have here is a 5-wave move that we were tracking as well alongside that alternation. Basically, between this, what we have, we were looking for this additional 5th wave up, which didn't happen, which is not a big issue. We were talking about the fact that this 3rd wave could actually end into this high. So effectively what we could have here is we could have this as a completed move, potentially. I don't really like looking at it like this, but it is possible that we actually could have had a 4th wave into this low, and we'll go over why I don't like that in a second. But basically a 4th wave into this low point here, and technically speaking we could have completed a 5th wave into this high. So the way we would get confirmation of this is actually by breaking down below this 4th wave zone and actually looking to retrace deeper down into this move. So we would get confirmation that this is actually what's played out if we start to see some impulsive movement here to the downside and basically looking to push much lower. So a typical zone we'd be looking for would be between the 786 and this 50%. So if we actually start to get a deeper move to the downside here, this is actually probably what's more likely, is that this 5-wave move could have been a completed move into this high point here, and then we've actually started to break down. So let's talk about the subwaves in this. And the reason why it is possible is you can count this as a 5-wave move. So we can count this as a wave 1, 2. All of this would be a 3, though it wouldn't have reached 1.618. So that's the only sort of issue I have with this move. But effectively into this low would be a 4th, and that would be as an A, B, C, D, E as a triangle, and then basically within this move a 5-wave move to the upside as a 1, 2. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 up into the high. So this technically could be completed as it's shown here, but we'd only get confirmation that this is a completed move by breaking below this 281.1. If we do actually move down past that, then we can count this as a completed structure, and basically we have 2 options. The problem is this can also be counted as a corrective structure, where we count this in a slightly different way. So basically within this, if we continue to hold this 323.5, it's possible that we could actually look to start breaking down. So that breaking down could either lead us into a position where we find support again here at this 274.9, all the way up to this 294.9. Typically speaking, it would be in between these two lower ranges, this 283.8 and this 274.9. That would be an area we would actually look to retest for. That's basically to see if we find support in there. Again, it brings the possibility that this 4th wave could still be in play, and that all of this is actually just a corrective structure. So the reason for that is because this wave 2 is quite big. So for this to be an A, B, and a C as a flat wouldn't be disproportionate to that 2nd wave. So we need to just be aware that that is a possibility. Like I said, we could also be starting this 5th wave here, and it potentially could be completed. Alternatively, because we don't reach that 1.618 here, we could potentially count it different. But I don't like, I was initially looking at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But this move over here is a 5-wave move, and unless we take it as a very long extending irregular flat down into these lows, basically it wouldn't fit the structure. So we just need to give it a bit more time for that confirmation, but I don't think that this is the case. I can't count it like this at the moment because of this 5-wave move here. So like I said, we'd have to then argue that we have this as a flat correction or something here, where that's A, B, and C, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So basically within this, if that is what is the case, what we would be looking for, not from that point actually, from this point here, would be that we'd be looking to find support at this 308 to this 304. If we find support back in this zone again and push up one more time, it's possible then we can count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 to the upside. So that if we find support in this 308 to this 304, it's possible we could actually see another 5-wave structure play out like this to the upside, and that could potentially take us up into the region of, let me just throw this fib onto here. That potentially could look to push us back into this region again of this 322 all the way up to this 336 zone. So that would be an area we could actually look to target out if we do get another push to the upside here. So potentially between this 1382 and this 1.618 zone. So this could be something that plays out if we manage to hold that 50%. If we do not manage to hold it, however, we'd need to be aware that we could actually start to break down here. So the way that we would be looking at that structure would be slightly different, and that's why I said it's a bit tricky, because we can count this as a flat or as a impulsive structure for the time being, because we don't have that confirmation. If I can just get this green wave out of here. Basically within this structure, what we'd be looking for is the fact that we could still be within our 4th wave. And what this would be looking for is the fact that this 4th wave could still be in play, and we could actually be looking to come down towards this 281 to this 269. And basically for this to play out, what we'd want to see is, like I said, we've had quite a harsh rejection off of this zone. So this does look like a 5-wave move. So this has potential to break down. So it can either become an A, B, and a C. So a 3-wave move like this, where we come down A, B, and then we have a C wave, and it doesn't go impulsive. Or alternatively, the C wave can extend past that 1.618 and then basically create a bigger impulsive structure. So this is something that can actually play out here. So because of the fact that we've got this structure within here, we can count it like I had it counted. Alternatively, we can count this as an A, a B, and a C into this high wave. And then basically this as a B wave triangle. And technically speaking, we could complete with a C wave, a short C wave like that. So this is one possibility that we could have here, is that we've actually completed this as a corrective structure. And I just want to check it. If we look at it from there, it did come to this 0.618. So that 0.618 is effectively the minimum requirement. So it's actually gone past that. So that is a valid C wave. So if we do start to break down here and we do have a 5-wave move, it is possible we find support again in this previous 4th wave location. So like I said, between this 283 and this 274. And then we could actually still look for that additional push to the upside. If we did have to come back and end up in this green support zone that we have here, I'm going to go into that 277 area. Potentially what that would then mean is that we could actually have another push up here for a 5th wave. And that 5th wave could potentially take us up into this zone here of this 339 to this 323 area. So that would be this area over here. And effectively what we would have here then is a completed move. So this would be neater if we have a structure play out like this, where we get this as a bigger corrective structure within here, and then we get this 5th wave to the upside. But like I said, we have to be aware that if we reach up into this, well, if we start to break down deeper here, we lose this 4th wave position and sort of cross below this 274.9. A wick below is all right, but if we sort of close below it and we continue to grind down, then it would actually lead me to believe we're looking to find support in this zone here, which would be this 266.8 to this 238.7, and that would be looking for the potential of this becoming an A, a B, and a C wave to the upside, or alternatively a 1, a 2, and then looking to start that 3rd wave. So we've got a few possibilities here. I am anticipating if this does play out as a 5 wave move, then we could be looking for that zigzag. I'm not anticipating a bigger 5 wave move to the upside, but we have to be prepared for anything. So once we get, if we retrace into this zone, we find support and we start to move away again, we'll start tracking that move to see if it has potential of turning into a bigger impulse. Until that time, we just need to see how we react off of these zones. So if we manage to break back above this 3235, either we are getting some extensions within this 5 wave move, and then this would have to be looked at as a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 and then a 5. Or alternatively, what we would be looking for within this is still a corrective move, but we would be looking potentially at something like this. So what this would be is that actually if we maintain this 300 area and we continue to hold this support zone here, this the lowest I want to go is this 305, then it is possible we could still see this play out towards this 331.6 area, and that 331.6 area is basically 1-to-1 of this W wave. So that's why I was saying we can look at this as a corrective structure, or we can look at it as potentially an impulsive structure, which is still getting ready to move up here. So with this, what we'd be looking for is this internal waves would be an A, B, and a C into this position here. Then we'd have a triangle in the middle here with an A, B, C, D, and E into this zone, and then that final push up for this A wave, potentially a B wave, and then that C wave to the upside. So it all depends what happens from the point of completing this 5-wave move. If we come back up here, face rejection, then get pushed back down into this 309 zone, and then find support, it's possible we could see an additional push to the upside here as a 1, or as a B, and a C. So if we do reach up towards this 331, that could also mean that we still have potential to actually come back down for this 4th wave still. So we'd have to be careful with how we count this, because it could be the fact that this 5th wave is extending, and like I said, we have this as a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 for 3. We form a 4th wave into here, and then we push up for a 5th wave. So the main difference with this would be that actually within this structure, there would hopefully there'll be enough overlap if it is the corrective one, that it won't allow for the impulsive variant. Otherwise, the only way we'll be able to tell, because like I said, we can count it like that, but I don't like counting it because of that 5-wave move in here. But we can count it as a 5-wave move, and the only time we would know really is when we retrace back into this 4th wave zone. If we manage to find support again, then actually what this would be is just the corrective structure, where this is actually just extended up a bit up higher, and that's an A, B, and a C, and then we look to push up one more time. Or alternatively, like I said, we could look at it as a 5-wave move completed, and then we'd be looking for that deeper retracement again. So yeah, it needs a little bit more time, but basically with the structure as it is, if I just remove all this stuff now, let's remove all of this. If we are looking to break down from this high point, basically what we would want to see, so I mean, for the most part, it looks like it could be completed 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Potentially there's another 5th wave in this. 1 2 3 4. Yeah, I think there is potentially another 5th wave down. But basically within this, what we'd be looking for is a 1 2. I think this is 1 2. It's there, 4 and 5. So I think we do have one more push down here for this 5th wave. And then what we'd want to see is effectively we'd want to see a 3-wave move back to the upside if we're looking for this to break down. So that 3-wave move would potentially look to target out. I mean, if I just eyeball this from this high point here, that would be the 1382 over here, that onto there. Let's pull this up again. So if we had to complete into the zone here of this 309, it is possible that we could look for a pushback up towards this 318 area, and then looking to continue to the downside. So like I said, if we're looking for that impulsive area, so that 0.618 is that 318, we would then be looking for a move down past this 295. So we can see that if we're looking at this, once we start to move down to these levels, we start to lose this this structure that we had as support. So it's possible that, you know, we come back down into here, we look to come back up, retest it, and then continue to the downside. So that's what I'll be looking out for if we do start to break down here. But basically the that idea of moving down invalidates by moving back up past this 323.5. If we move back up past that, we can't look at this potential of this extension to the downside, whether that's just a 3-wave move like we talked about as an A, B, and a C, or whether it develops into a bigger 5-wave move where we cross that 1.618 and then look to progress deeper down, taking this low point of this 281.1. In which case, like I said, we'll be looking for that 4th wave target area primarily. If we fail to hold that, then we would have to look to that deeper support zone that we talked about within the video. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Always happy to hear from you guys. Okay, everyone, hope you have a great day, and we'll see each other in the next one. Take care out there.